How do you forage? That's interesting. This is delirium. I probably like 45 lands too. The Nashi deck was fun to play. Yeah, it was. It was fun to play. Glad you had a good time with it. I really liked it. Maybe, geez, maybe regrowth isn't right. Beanstalk. So far, not even close. Maybe. I doubt it though. Actually, Battlegate Recovery. Nah. Fight rigging, maybe. Maybe loot? Maybe Ronus? I don't think I like Topiary Stomper that much. I guess Tireless Tracker. What about you? I kind of like Tumblestrum. It'd be cool to play it again. I like Force of Vigor. I also kind of like Harmonize. Maybe no explosive veggies. Possible. Although we have all like the stuff that cares about them. I don't know. Maybe like a couple of them. It's funny, Wilderness Reclamation is in green, but like green doesn't care. It cares like the least of all the colors about untapping its lands. Well, I'm a fan of Gargaroth. For sure. We could play Gigantosaurus and then run Rishkar's Expertise. Vivian Reed is interesting. Oh, there's Rishkar's. I want more Rishkar stuff, though. Maybe. What's that bear called that mills lands? I guess I could type in bear. Doubling season? Just for planeswalkers? No, not really. I'm not about that. This actually doesn't even want doubling season specifically. Okay, I'm gonna have to make room. What about last March? We're probably that kind of deck, right? Vorinclex is a card. Alright, we can take out Gigantosaurus. I mean, at that point, I'd run Galta, actually. Finale. What's the new finale? Rhythm? Yeah. This is a... Yeah, Lumra, that's it. I do not have that spider. How many cards? Do we care about this? Why do we care about this? Land out of your library into the graveyard. Why do I care about lands in the graveyard? I could run Crucible of Worlds, like, I guess. Oh, I don't want Beanstalk, actually, anymore. Do I? Wait. No, no. We don't have any Delve. It's just that... Analyst? Aftermath analyst? Other than that, I don't think I care about this. I probably want Tooth and Nail. Yeah, I don't think I want this spider. I also don't need Tooth and Nail. But... Dang it. Okay. Oh, right. I don't know about Fabled Passage, but I like the rest of them. I think... I mean, and there's not many, but... There's what, 4? Oh, 5. Can run Nykthos. If I can find it. I need more than 40 lands. Okay, we probably take out Harmonize. Oh, I'm going to need a Snowland. Let's actually do everything right up front for once in our lives. That would be pretty cool. Faceless Haven's probably free. It's not the most exciting, but... Could run the gate. Probably. This mills, right? Make a bear, then you mill 3. It's like so much. It's insane amount of mana to do that, though. Yeah, it's just so much mana. So much mana, I don't like it. I almost want more than 43 lands as well. Shoot. Okay, I don't like Ulvenwald. We also have the Collect Evidence one. It's probably just better than this anyways. I'm just not really... We didn't even get to colorless cards. I didn't even make room for them, but Eldrazi and whatnot would work here pretty easily, I think. Even Mana Rocks would be a way to... Wait, hold on. Mill, land, to your hand, during your turn. So I could change out the rampant, or the migration path, map the frontier, Vastwood Surge, for colorless stuff that essentially does the same thing, but does it with Retrace, because I can cast it with Retrace, right? Celestius is a card as well. I don't need to go heavy on those. Could run Portal at least. How many creatures? 30? Ooh. I actually put creatures in my deck. Wow. Maybe I don't need the fungus. I like the fungus, but then maybe I don't need Force of Vigor. You can't retrace it. I mean, I like it, though. Force of Vigor is pretty good. Never upset with it. Maybe Loot is too cute. Instead of Loot, it could run Azusa. Things that play lands out of the graveyard. I don't have a lot of that in here. Fight rigging is also maybe not interesting. Ulvenwald Hydra is interesting. Do I need these X spells? I mean, they find Craterhoof. If I'm just like looking for Craterhoof when I'm at a certain point in any given game, it's nice to have one of these. Rhythm, Devastation, Archdruid's Charm. I guess technically Defense of the Heart. Tooth and Nail. I can seek for it with Settle the Wilds on 8. Yeah, that's fine. Maybe we don't want Ronus. Wait, this is the Seek thing, right? Yep. So, pretty easy to turn this on, I think. I don't feel bad about that one. That's a pretty cool card, too. I like this one. Tumblestrum. Not the most exciting. That's the smallest dungeon, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4. We have no other venture. Oh, wait, there's 3. There's a 3? I guess not really. I guess not really. Not really ever oubliating myself. Alright. Maybe it's not a Tumblestrum deck. I don't have a fast fanatic. Does that matter? I don't think that matters. No, it doesn't matter. I think I want Azusa, which means I probably want to put loot back in. Maybe Vivian Reed can come out. I could try playing without Kenris transformation as well. No, no, I don't like that. I want that in here. Okay, maybe one of these mana rocks seem unnecessary. They both kind of do. I don't think I need Arcane Signet. I just don't know how much I want to play lands out of my graveyard. Because I currently don't care about that. Not really. Is this power? Maybe Rishkar's is wrong? Not many consistent ways to get it going. And I probably should try to at least get a Azusa in here. And then something... Ramunap Excavator. I like Regrowth Recon. We never got this to work. I remember when it came out, I was like, ooh. And then it never did anything. This is probably one of the better ways to get it to work. A mono green ways to get it to work. Get your Eds to upkeep. Just get a land. Yeah, I like this. I like this. It would be nice to have a place for that card at some point in my life. Actually, it's probably not of highest mana value. We're not super tall. Not as tall as we could be. So. But I don't know if Undergrowth is going to take, like, Crucible of Worlds' place, because I feel like it just doesn't do that. Maybe it does just because I have Nykthos in my deck. It's another excuse to run this instead. But then, again, Ramunap Excavator may be a happy middle ground. Oh, what about Wrenn? Wrenn is like really good here, huh? Well, if you do it. Dang it. I guess we want Wrenn. Play lands from graveyard. Play lands. It really isn't that exciting, but the 3 or 6 mana room or whatever. This one. The devotion is 3. I don't own it. Suppose, I mean, the 5 mana side is. I'm not a big fan of the 5 mana side because it costs 5 mana and then you only have the rest of your mana to do anything with it. So if you have like 7 lands, you only have 2 mana after. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not big on that. I mean, way later in the game, I guess, but like at that point, I Crucible World is feeling a little bit better than this. Well, no, I mean the same. They're the same. It's just that this has the added benefit of the 5 side. Right. Other than that, it is just essentially Ramunap Excavator. That's probably better because it doesn't die. Harder to die. Oh yeah, there's this thing, right? The other spider-looking thing, that like, or mosquito. I think it's supposed to be a mosquito. Yeah. Yeah, this is like excellent. Just not forgo that card. Oh man, there's too many options. Oh, suffering from success. Suffering from success. Okay, maybe Silverback's not exciting. I do like it. I think I'm going to keep it. Pick Your Poison is not actually that great here. I think all the naturalized effects, except maybe Force of Vigor, should be permanents, so 6 can do it again. The spell-based ones are... we can do better. Alright, what's our lands at? 43? I want to go to 45, but I'm struggling for room, so... You can't make land destruction viable even trying all day? World Wagon? That's not the Crucible World, so I don't know what you're talking about. Lumbering World Wagon. Oh yeah, this is fine. This is pretty cool. Rampant Growth, spam. I've never seen it played before. I would struggle to crew it. Also, when 6 actually likes to attack, it's one less thing that wants to ever really crew. And it's one of the most consistent cards you see every game. And the one of the more consistent cards you see every game does not like to crew this like Rona, or is it Kona? Kona would like to. I don't really like it that much here. But it's got a nice effect on it. It does work with like Rishkar's expertise as well, but I took that out, so it's gone. You made someone quit? Give all your spells storm? Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, at that point, it doesn't matter what you did. You have storm count 5 with a 1,000-year storm. It doesn't matter what you put on the stack. Doesn't matter. Yeah, alright, so let's focus on getting rid of a card before I don't do that. I really want to... I think the ape is like the first thing to go. But I don't want to do that. Last March can probably come out. We took all the other ones out. Yeah, alright. That's fine. Okay, so we're here with 6. 3-mana 2/4 reach. When it attacks, you mill 3. Then you can put a land from among them to your hand. And then on your turn, your non-land permanents have retrace from the graveyard. So that is discarding a land from hand and casting a thing out of graveyard. It's essentially turning the lands in your hand into that spell, right? So, mono green doesn't really struggle with putting cards in its graveyard. I could go more into that, but as per usual, going more into something that you don't have to do is not really the best idea. So it's pretty fine to not have a ton of cards that flood your graveyard, and this still, in my opinion, functions pretty well. Mono green does not need a commander. This list is probably no exception, but it isn't as tall as it could be, like all the big side, but we'll see. I think there's a healthy middle ground here, but yeah, that's about it. So not much to say. Mono green. Let's go. Mono green. What can you say about it? What is there to say about it? Clearly nothing. Clearly nothing. I swear, like when I'm making the deck, it does not feel like it's 30 minutes. Like you couldn't have convinced me I hit the stream button 30 minutes ago. There's no way you could have convinced me of that. I would have been like 15 minutes top. Ooh, all right, cool. Cool. Don't you do it. Actually, that's fine. Yeah, no. That's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, hey, look. Everything's even more fine. Everything's even more fine, chat. We just got it. It upgraded itself. It literally upgraded itself. Alright, so do I blow that up? I feel like it's pretty devastating to blow that up, but, like, Tireless Provisioner is a card that exists for some reason. So let's just do that. I'm gonna want to play stuff here. I think I'm gonna cast 6, so I'm gonna cast it. Alright, if they have Damnation, I suppose the game does sort of end on the spot, but that is just one card. Oh, they're a white deck too, actually. I didn't think of that. But I don't need... Alright, they killed 6. I would never not kill the Provisioner. Like, I would never, ever leave the Provisioner alive. A little insane in my humble onions. Little insane in my onions. Alright, let's get Overlord of Spaghetti here. Yeah, my opponent really wanted to kill the Tireless Provisioner. I don't, I'm not going to play this because I can't set... Wait, yes I can I? Nope, it costs too much. Alright, I'm not going to play it right now. There's no reason to, really, in my opinion. Yeah, me see commander, me kills commander. Fair enough. It's not like it's useless, but it doesn't feel extremely necessary. I could have shut them off of white, but there's no guarantee of that, and... Uh-oh, this got stuck. Oh no, it's stuck. There we go. Oh no, I can't click things. Why does this happen? Why does this happen? Like, randomly the game doesn't let you click stuff. Don't get it. I don't get it. Alright, so this is naturalized spam, which is what we kind of like to see here. Let's, yeah, alright. Opponent's done. This is actually the 3rd or 4th time someone conceded to Silverback Elder, which is why I kind of like running it. It's just funny. I'm definitely blowing up this, and I would have the mana to blow up this as well, but I don't really care about that, right? I don't care about that. Yeah, this is a case of my commander being outclassed by a 3-mana uncommon from Modern Horizons 3, and my opponent didn't respect that, so tragic. Tragic. Good first game, though. And yes, it is because we won. Oh no, I can't complete my quest? Shoot, I didn't look at it. At least it's a 750. I've like slam dunked like 5 750s in a row. Which probably means I'll never get another one for the rest of my life. Unless everybody gets like the same. It's kind of weird that they're uneven. I don't really like that. I wish it was like a flat 650, maybe. 600 even. Just wait, what's the other one? It's 500, right? Yeah. Yeah, somewhere in the middle where it's just always the same. I'd like that. But that's not how the marketing team says human psychology should operate, so banned. Alright, this is a horrendously bad matchup, I would say, but Silverback can stop Ujin if it blows up all the mana rocks. But it has to sort of do that to win the game, so. You get at least one a day, and if you don't, you reset. What? Oh, it's just the worst thing I could have seen. Alright, so I can play Monkey, and then stuff. What does this do? Okay. Well, you're guaranteed one quest a day, if that's what you mean. It's just that it's not always 750. You can re-roll it once a day. You can juggle quests so you always have one to re-roll or some weird stuff like that. But then you'd have to avoid completing it ever. Okay, well, that's a clown show of a thing to do there. Let's play this. And then probably lose the game. I guess I play this? Or do I play 6? I think I play 6, actually. Well, good old Ujin. Doing what he does best. Be boring. How many lands you need? 6? It's not enough. Okay, well that is enough. Do I have the mana? Not quite. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Play this. Have 2 mana left. Alright. Alright, well, I don't know what to do now without a board state. Except maybe Critical Mass with Scute Swarm, which is somewhat possible, not very likely though. Why are we manually tapping as a colorless deck? Not sure why they manually did that, but okay. I guess we can run Wintermoon for this deck because it seems like they all just play the stupid lands for no reason. It just seems so consistent. Let's play the old draw cards. Well, everything is completely useless. No surprise there. Finale is weird. I guess I'll just play anything because it doesn't really matter. No, it kind of matters. I will hold on to that Rampant Growth. We'll get rid of Vaultborn Tyrant. And not sure what to do. Yeah, alright. I could just be dead, actually, to the Crawling Barrens. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So creature gets haste. I think I'm just dead, though. 15. It's more damage if they fire up the Guardian Idol, which my opponent does not. Nope, they did. Alright. Boring. Actually, I think it was one off lethal. I'm dead next turn anyways. There's nothing I could do. It's just, yeah, whatever. Forsaken Monument. So much talent. So much talent, chat. This is probably like the only deck I've ever played that's really bad against Ujin too. Since Ujin's come out, at least. Oh, that's not true. I think Kotis is probably unwinnable. Like, you just can't do anything unless you have 5,000 protection spells. Oh, I forgot Wintermoon. Well, I don't need it. It is good in a healthy amount of matchups, though. It's not like just Ujin. I really don't get the land decisions from the Ujin players. It's so weird to me. There's so many, like, goofy, pointless lands. It's like, stop doing that. Just don't do that. It just shows how, like, there's not enough Blood Moon nonsense in the format. Well. Wow, they can take my whole hand, too. So, we play this. They took a card, they actually took the only card I could retrace. So that is kind of funny. Which means they probably don't cast their commander right now, because it doesn't do anything. So let's get rid of that so I can swing. I think swinging is pretty good here, I would argue. Especially if they trade with their Delighted Halfling, which I don't think they should. They do not. Let's play this. How many lands are in my graveyard? Yeah, I think we're actually going to play this card here. Let's get rid of that land, shall we? Oh, I thought it was random. I'm too used to Omen Path Journey. Thought it was random. I think I'm gonna swing. Can replay it, have 1 mana left, and then not really do much, but that's fine. Let's play... I'm always playing the land out of my hand. Okay. Five, 10, 11. 5, 10, 11. So 1 off from 10 on this, and Craterhoof is not lethal, and we could get Hornet Queen. Unless they give Trample, it could just be fine. Okay, we're not casting an enchantment, which is weird. Don't know what that's about. Never mind, we're casting that. Of course we are. Excellent. So, yep. Opponent stole a rhythm, a defense, and a ramp growth. So defense is a problem. I guess not right now. But they should not cast this as you keep it in exile. That makes it's a bad idea. Alright, so I did find 12. But this is in my hand now, so creatures you control get +X, so I can do it for... And then this has to tap though, right? Ugh, it's just misery. Five. Yeah, it's 12, but this is tapped. It can't go into combat. So I guess I'm just getting a random like... I'm just doing this for 7? I think I'm getting Hornet Queen. Or I could get Overlord. That gives me a land, and I can block with it. And then that helps me set up... No, we're just getting Hornet Queen. Let's not get crazy. Swing here. I actually ran out of lands in the graveyard. And we're gonna play... this? Is that better than just playing a land? Not really, actually. Oh wait, no, I can't play a land, okay. Suppose that is not the case then, alright. So now we're just hoping that my opponent doesn't have weird Defense of the Heart cards, which I kinda doubt they do. And set up for lethal next turn, I guess. Overlord and this card, which doesn't do really anything. Alright, so yeah, they weren't set up for a busted defense. And I don't think they're gonna one-shot me. So it's really like Cyclonic Rift and stuff. Or that. Yep, that just, Yep. Or just that card, and nothing matters. Cool. Very cool. I'm glad they had to think about their Defense of the Heart for 5 minutes for no reason. Why not? I actually kind of like this hand. Actually kind of like it. Okay, yeah, we're gonna think about running Winter Moon. That was the literal worst time imaginable to play a tap land, or a draw one. It's just the worst thing that could have happened there. Okay. Surely there's no removal spell? Just instantly finds trample. Of course. So, I don't know. Five, six, seven. I don't know. Okay, yeah, you got it. Yeah, why not? Every card is green, by the way. Mm-hmm. 4-color deck. Every card was green. No way. Not my Aragorn. And it's 5 colors. It's 6-color deck. It's 7-color deck. I'm going to take out Great Henge. It has not looked great, so we're going to take it out. It does not look great or hengy. We've had, like, no busted openings yet. At all. Yeah, we can get the mainland. I probably play Cultivator next turn. I don't really care about them hitting me and just drawing a card. It's not really a big deal. I could even just block with the Cultivator, in all honesty. Just not a big deal at all. I also don't have to block. Just not block. But I think blocking is maybe free. It's not like this is doing anything. So. Could have blocked maybe in the turn I played this to let it exist for another turn. Or a turn longer than it otherwise would have. Okay, double Dark Confidant. Not great. Alright, starting to see that my hand is not looking great here. Starting to see that that is a thing. Liliana Vest is kind of insane. Couldn't tell you last time I've seen that card played. My opponent can just die out of nowhere. Well, that looks totally useful, doesn't it? Crazy. Let's get rid of you. Again, I mean, dying out of nowhere is on the table. I can perform out of nowhere deadness here. Assuming my opponent's not, like, attentive about it. Well, a 0 and a 5, and then a 0 and a 2. Not what I was hoping for. Of course, it creates a prime as well. I'm at 19. It's not looking too good here. Unless my opponent has like a, I don't know, another card that pays life in this very moment. They probably don't want to go to discard because they're at 9 cards. So... Oh, why did you go to discard? Come on. Just play a card. Just tap out. This wasn't lethal anyways, was it? Nope, it's not lethal. I'm going to cast it anyways, but... Of course, we have perfect removal for everything I can possibly do, and yep, great. That was fun. I sure played cards that game. Could have dealt 6 to them. I mean, I don't know. I could have seen if they randomly take 6 off of their stuff, so maybe that was kind of a stupid idea. No, it would have been 8. Would have been 8, not 6. It would have been 8. Not very likely. Not very likely. But I didn't give myself the out. Did not give myself the out. Alright, well, everything is terrible, so... Let's try to not keep that as a thing. Recon's been fine. It does impede my, like, lands I can pick up. It's not really that bad, though. I really don't want to play mill cards. Mill cards are just, like, so bad. At least most of them are. I suppose this is fine. Right? I mean, this is actually the perfect deck for it. Shoot. Another 1 mana dork. Another one it is. Forgot it existed. I'm never getting Delirium. It's not realistic. This is fine, maybe. This doesn't mill till, like, way later, right? Yeah. Sylvan Primordial? Blows up one land at 7 mana? Actually, most of the time it probably does not blow up a land. It probably blows up something else that's more of an issue. I don't see why I want a 7 mana Naturalize. Or like Acidic Slime. I would probably play Acidic Slime first. And I would not play Acidic Slime. Ever. I don't like my mill options. I just really don't like my mill options. I guess we'll play Dredger's Insight, because I haven't played it with it that much. Crawling Infestation is interesting. Maybe not the most interesting, though. I kind of want to take out any tapped land. So I think I'm going to take out the Hydra and the Gate here. All it takes is for those cards to mess me up a single time, and I am just totally uninterested in them. I could run Mindslaver as well. Right? Could I run that? Palantir's funny, although they don't have to mill you with it. And eventually they actually don't do that, so probably not. There is a Mesmeric Orb. Maybe that's just free. I'm sure there's someone screaming at me that it wasn't in here in the YouTube comment section to begin with. Yeah, Mesmeric Orb's probably just like the do everything you want in one card kind of thing. So you got Gallag Readers. Alright, let's try that. I could run Ashnod's Altar too. Maybe. Not the most exciting. Going more into on my commander's ability is not appealing. What do we got here? That's a whole lot of mana and a whole lot of nothing to do with it. But that's fine. Whole lot of mana and found something to do with it. Maybe. Opponent has Lightning Bolt. They have Shock. They're ready. They are ready for the mana dork. But I didn't have it. I could have just played one of these. I don't know, this is about as good. Especially if they commit to killing it for the turn. I think this is worth it. I could have... no, I probably would never play this, at least. Alright, well this is a very, very slow commander. Very slow commander. If I tap all out... this doesn't proceed to do anything. Is that okay, though? Maybe it is. I think I am going to cast this, and I'm not going to animate a land. I'm not going to animate a land here. I don't want it to die. Just going to pass. My lands are pretty important. And they probably not killing Nissa. And if I untap with it, well, I've untapped with Nissa. I'm not particularly threatened with this, so I'm not going to turn it into a 3/3. That's a lot of mountains. Foundation mountains. Oh, it was Lightning Bolt. Look at that. I was right. I highly doubt there's a Shock in here, so... Maybe some random other spell? I mean, you've committed this much to the Nissa. You're gonna kill it or you're not. Okay, there is a shock. There actually is a shock. They deliberately discarded Crab, so I assume they're gonna reanimate it, and then the entire game is irrelevant, and nothing we did mattered. That's cool. Well, maybe it's actually not that bad, because Nissa can't double mana, but it does make 3/3 still. I don't know, can I turn this around with a Scute Swarm? Oh, you only get to choose one. Right, you only get to choose one. Alright, so yeah, it wasn't as bad. Never mind. I said the world was exploding, and I lied. I lied about the exploding world, chat. The world didn't blow up. World did not blow up. This is a very strange card to see, though. Very strange. How do you not swing with the Crab? What? How do you not swing with the Crab? Alright. We're gonna do this. And I'm gonna not use this. I think I will swing with my commander. Okay, that worked out quite well. It worked out really well, actually. They're gonna really want a board wipe, otherwise I win in, I don't know, some indeterminate amount of turns. They didn't discard a single card to the Faithless Looting. Okay, yep. Yep, that's just our day, I guess. Why not? Why not? You got it. Sneak attack, Griselbrand. Mm-hmm. If I draw Craterhoof, I win? Oh no, I'm probably still dead though. Apparently not. Why do they keep reading my commander? What? That's all you could do here? Really? Seems a little... Oh, it triggers the Riona, so it's not as dumb as it looked. Okay, well, so there's... Apparently I can't do anything in any game, even against like the worst commanders in the game. Because Sneak Attack, Griselbrand's just your hand. Okay, well, so far we're not doing anything. Which is funny, because if I was Azusa, we'd be in the same boat. Azusa would be having the same exact issues. Assuming I didn't have, like, you know, everything ever out of hand every game. Which you can't really expect. Also, being on the draw has not helped, basically every single game. Definitely hasn't helped. We also have not blitzed for 1-drops, really. Which certainly is a good idea. And now there's Manatides. Alright. I guess it's just not our day. We're not going to be winning today. Is the understanding I'm coming to. There will be no winning here. Also, what actually is this? Enters or attacks, sacrifice, a non-land oh, it's this thing, okay. When do you lose the tokens? When's the mobile tokens? At the end step? Okay, so you can sack them immediately. Or, yeah, you can sack them without sacking them to combat. Alright, more perfect answers. Excellent. It wasn't going to let me rush into a 5-drop though, so it's not the worst thing that could have happened, I guess. Could have left it in the graveyard for this. Still 1 card off though. I can't afford to not play yeah, I have to play this. But it has a 1-mana spell. Oh boy. What do we think it is, chat? What's the 1-mana spell here? What is it? What is it this time? Do they see that? No, they don't see the land. I actually got a pretty good land. But in this case, it only makes a 1/1. It doesn't make a Scute Swarm. How do you not swing with the Marauder? That's kind of weird, isn't it? I feel like that's weird. I can block it, but like it's not. Does that matter? I'm swinging with the Marauder. Suppose now it is a 3/2. Maybe it's worth it to do it the way they did. I guess. Okay, so is there a removal spell? Looks like there is. Excellent. We will play this one. When it dies, we're less upset, but if this one doesn't die, we're like sitting pretty, so I guess I'll go with the one that I really just all in on. So it could be a fatal push. I think it's a 1-mana spell. I think it's a 1-mana spell. Wow. It wasn't Solitude. It was not Solitude, so I'm not sure what was going on, but it was off the treasure. Wasn't Swords. I think it was Fatal Push. They could have pushed the Scute Swarm and chose not to with a Revolt trigger, but that makes sense. I'm not going into enough mana to make Scute Swarm tokens, but if I had a ramp spell, I actually was, so if it was Fatal Push, I would have sent it on the Swarm. Huh. Yeah, and I suppose no red mana doesn't help at this point. And the big thing is stonewalling this so it can't attack, and then it can't trigger, right? It's kind of like my commander. It can't attack, it's not doing anything. Except I can probably do things outside of my commander, and this one probably a little bit more dependent on it. Surprised they really had nothing there, though. Oh, that Manatithe opener was not leaving me in high esteem. Oh boy. Okay, well we won a game, chat. We did it. So clearly the best deck I've ever made. That's what that means. That is what that means. It literally can't mean anything else. There's no other thing. Is the only thing. The only thing. Ashnod is a 1/1, right? Bro, why? Oh, come on. Ashnod on the play. Does it have Death Touch? It does. Oh my god. It's just so annoying. It's so annoying. Stop. Play versus draw is immeasurable in this matchup. It's just absolutely immeasurable. What does that do? Okay. so I thought I took this out. No, I took out the other one. All right, I took out the other one. We're gonna bestow here, and we're gonna pass, and we will block, right? I don't think making more goose does anything. So, all right, never mind. I guess I'm not. Wait, no, this is fine, right? It's just still block. A virus beetle? Okay. Interesting. Maybe. Do we play this? I don't think so. Well, what's the alternative? This? What does that accomplish? This doesn't actually do anything, so I guess we will play this. Alright, well, hopefully we don't just give them, like, infinite fuel for Portal to Phyrexia perfectly. We're gonna discard Roaring Earth, I think. Yeah, we're gonna block that. I don't like the Virus Beetle spam. It's not really that big of a deal, but it currently is kind of annoying, so wouldn't want it to happen twice here. Misery Shadow, wow. It lets you use the tokens. The Power Stones. That's pretty nifty. Misery Shadow. Interesting. Alright. Well, this is not looking too great here. I don't know, maybe their whole game plan is in play already and there's nothing to get tossed into play. I've never seen Horn of Gondor played before. That is pretty gnarly. Alright, well I have to swing with my commander if I am to continue this game. So let's go ahead and do that. Shoot. Alright, well, I didn't get anything. Wow, Horn of Gondor is going to win this game, isn't it? I full stop could not tell you the last time. I don't know if I've ever seen this card played. That is pretty good. Yeah, alright, we're just dead. We didn't hit a land there. Which is kind of unbelievable. How many lands did we mill? How many lands did we? 1, 2? Just 2? Yikes. That's kind of crazy, isn't it? I feel like I would have hit... It's so likely to hit a land there, huh? There's nothing else I can do? I can do this for 1? Yeah. And then get a mana dork? But that's like terrible, so... Jeez, yeah, getting mana screwed with this many lands is just super unfortunate. But I think the Horn of Gondor was going to win the game no matter what. So I probably didn't matter. Yikes. We could probably run that card. I mean, it's like another Scute Swarm, but like way slower. Like extremely slow. I gotta admit it is pretty cool though. I'm surprised I've never seen it before. Very surprised. Shoot, I forgot to take this out. I got distracted. It's alright. It is alright. It's alright. I am severely threatened by their commander, so go away. play this. And I guess I play this? Could just hold on to it. That's fine. It isn't like I have anything... Yeah, no, that's just holding on to the treasures makes sense. Okay. Sure. Alright, so how much mana do we have? 5. We have 10? Correct. We have 10 mana. We can cast this for 8. We can do it for 7 for Hornet Queen. I don't believe there's a major concern in doing that. Let's do it for... I think I'm going to get Hornet Queen here. Oh, wait, no, Voltborn is excellent. Yeah, we'll get Voltborn. That's just good. We'll do that. And I'm fine with casting this. I don't expect my opponent to have tutored for a board wipe, but who knows. Actually, what does this flip into? I didn't read this. Each creature you control gets flying, death touch, lifelink gets... Okay. They probably get to... I assume they got some kind of combo card, because I'm pretty sure this is a combo deck. They did not swing, and I do not have the mana to get Crater Hoof right now. So tragic. But oh wait, maybe wait, did I? Because I forgot harmonizing lists. I might have had it. Do I have it now still? 6, 7, 8. No, wait. 6, and then 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 4, 6. I think it's a good idea to wait a turn here. I don't think I can die, especially if I do this. So, this is okay. I mean, it's not okay, but it's not like the end of the universe, so. I could have swung here so my opponent blocked with Dina and then cast it again next turn for their whole turn. Yeah, Voltborn is pretty good. I mean, if they have an exile effect, it's nowhere near as good. Alright, so that is... Okay, that is a problem. Wait, is it? What if I just blocked? Alright, so 4 attackers. Wait, can I tap that? No, it taps 2. No, wait, hold on. Does it? Just, I want the Voltborn in combat? It's trying to tap the Delighted Halfling, so I have to do it the annoying way. Okay, well, all of that worked, so that's pretty cool. Alright, we did it. Yeah, stopping Dina was really, really good, especially with this. I mean, there's a lot of enchantment-based gain life, lose life combo nonsense that could have happened to us, but it didn't, so that's pretty cool. If I got hit by this, what would have happened? They would have just gained 3? I suppose there wasn't really an actual incentive to remove the Birds of Paradise as an attacker. I could have swung past this. Was that a mistake? I suppose it was, right? You gain that much life. Yeah, no, I should not have blocked. Okay, I shouldn't have blocked. Wouldn't have, I don't think it was any way I was losing there, so. They would have been at 30 instead of 27. Yeah, I don't think there was anything, way to worry about. Oh, we got a red achievement. Sack 10 treasures. It's a red achievement. Should really be a green one. It should just be Tireless Provisioner, and then none of the other ones matter. None of the other ones matter. I think I want more just big, stupid stuff to do. So I want to take out, like... So milling stuff is just not great without black or blue, really? Like the mono green mill thing is not great. So we could probably accommodate, excuse me, accommodate that and just run, like take out recon. What else? Azusa hasn't done anything. Does that matter? Without Crucible of Worlds effects, I'm not really excited. But I don't have a lot of fetch lands. Like Azusa would want probably more fetch lands in this stuff. Let's go away with that. I could very easily put Eldrazi in here. You can retrace Eldrazi, and they have their cast trigger. So... Roaring Earth hasn't done anything. Neither is Bristly Bill. We're not really playing multiple lands a turn, although I am about to accommodate my deck to do that, so... Yeah, Sprout's just not a good card. It's just not a good card. We haven't ever foraged. So maybe forage, like this can just be something. What about Molt Tender? No, I still want that one. Alright, so Eldrazi and maybe some more ramp spells on either 2, 3, or 4. Well, I mean, that's where all the good ones are anyways, but... Let's take you, and probably this one, and maybe one of these two. It's not like I'm upset with either of them. I like playing Ulamog a lot. I really do like playing this. Yeah. I think I'm going to go for that one for now. We could probably accommodate K-Command as well. Okay, so we want... I think the 4s are fine. This is a permanent, too, if it goes in the graveyard. Although it's kind of goofy to, like, retrace this. It is kind of goofy. This puts a land in the graveyard. Did we run all the sack land stuff? I took out a fair amount of things that even care about the graveyard lands, so I care less about this at that point. We have not played Pock yet, have we? I don't think we have. Head Shredder hasn't done anything. But I don't think that's Head Shredder's fault. Ren hasn't done anything. I'd prefer Ren to be like a ramp spell. I suppose Stomper can come in. I was off it for a little bit. I'm still kind of off it, but it helps Fanatic of Ronus. It is a 3-mana ramp spell. It can become a creature and do like attack stuff later and count as an attacker for Craterhoof turns. I think that's fine. Key to the Archive could come out. Maybe. Okay, we're taking out the stupid layer before I forget. Let's take that out. Let's actually add another snow. I don't want to get unlucky. Actually, let's just do. There we go. Impossible to get unlucky. There's no way we have all 8 or 9. We have the other one. As it stands, I don't like Head Shredder at all. Yeah. Yeah, it's not doing it for me. Okay. Omen Path is interesting with fetch lands. I think because we are the deck we are, we can probably play something that's faster. But this is still fine. Like, I wouldn't fault anyone for playing that one. This is greatest power. So let's say if it was just 2... probably safe just playing the explosive vegetation. Alright. I am content with what we've done here. Open the way? I'll have to look at it after. I don't recall that one. Oh no, it's winter. Oh no. Winter finally beat us that one time, 10 years ago. We'll see if it does it again. Do I have a good hand against it? I'm on the draw again. Oh my. These are both a big problem. But not feeling it. Okay, I'm feeling this way more, I mean, for obvious reasons. Man, we've been on the draw a lot tonight. Oh, so many on the draws. Fortunately, not every single one of those is an opponent who just blitzes out phenomenal stuff because of that, but... Again, this is another card I don't like from my own deck, which goes to show my bias. Like, I'm just not about that card. The Eldrazi spawn I mean, we could run Rumble. We could just run that card, you know? It's fine. It is just a card that works. It does demand my commander be a bit more prominent, though. But does this care about the graveyard? Oh, it does. Alright. Goes to show how long I've gone without seeing it. Go for it. So, you... And then swing with the land. And then ignore the fact that my opponent can run Damnation. Just not, we're not thinking about that card right now. I'd like to see some good old honest magic. It's pretty nice. I think I am just content with them drawing a card each time. Actually, you know what? No. I'm getting rid of that. It was... Oh, no. I thought it was Damnation. I thought it was Damnation on top. I was about to say, no way. No way. Ah. It was not, though. Alright, so we do this. We get some cards. Pick that up. We could do this for... Actually, it's 1 additional if I play this first. It's like 1 additional because it goes for 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus 6. So 14. We're going to get Ulamog and call it a day, I think. I think we're just getting... Not this one, right? No, just this one. We could get Vaultborn Tyrant, actually. We could just get that. I think I'm okay with that. It's just like a really annoying card to deal with, and yeah. I will add another blocker to the mix in case there's a travesty. I don't think Ulamog is phenomenal here, but it could have been right. You know, I don't think it's the worst thing I could have done. But they could have an exile effect and... Oh, sure. I do most assuredly block this, right? Okay, we have a Voltborn Tyrant token generator. That's pretty funny. I'm gonna go ahead and let him draw a card. Oh wait, oh I wanted him to draw. Ooh, okay, good thing we didn't get one shot. I did the wrong one. Ooh, okay. That's not great, huh? Uh-oh, Chad, are we popping off? Are we popping off, Chad? Are we going stupid right now? Is that what's happening? If only I could do it again. Tragic. I don't think I'd have to do it again, but alright, so now you really need a board wipe. Casualties of War was not gonna do it. Toxic Deluge for 7, sure, that's pretty good here. 5 mana. Alright, well, that's not great. So, Scute Swarm is a card that does stuff. Not upset with seeing that here. I wish I had the Overlord, though. In play. Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Bro, so many just phenomenal things my opponent's just pulling out of their butt. Nonsense. Why are they not casting this? Is Winter just that bad you don't even cast it? It's kind of funny. Kind of funny. What are we at? 39? I don't know if Ulamog is going to do anything on its own, but I guess I have to cast it. Doesn't Torb Orb turn off your Overlord? Yeah, getting Ulamog wouldn't have changed anything here. With the Harmonize, I mean. It's just funny. Winter is just so useless and bad. You don't even play it. You just play Jun good stuff. Like don't even bother playing your commander. Don't even think about it. It's totally castable. You just float at the mana. Don't even bother casting it. It's just that bad. It's actively worse for you than me. Okay, well, I'm not sure what they're having to think about. I did exile stuff, but I doubt I would be blown away if my opponent somehow didn't have a card that just wins the game on the spot, so let's find out. Annihilator 7 is completely useless as well. Doesn't that trade? That trades, doesn't it? Yeah. That's weird. Okay, so they did have the answer for it anyways. I could have played this, but I mean, no, there's absolutely some kind of card my opponent has that doesn't care if I played a Boreal Grazer or not. And if not, that would be kind of insane, but I suppose not casting it did let them do that specifically. Oh, we actually do cast it. Sure. Why not? I guess the card is drawn on your upkeep, so I guess I don't get to see it. I draw literally nothing. It's always nice. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 8 mana. I don't think any card does anything. I could cast this, but I don't think it's gonna get me there. I'm gonna play this. I draw nothing. Alright, yep. Just sweeper, 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 sweeper. Like, alright. Double board wipe. Probably should have conceded after the second one. We survived they had a Casualties of War that game too. My opponent had a ton of just crap they were throwing at me. Just so much stuff. So much stuff. Oh no, it's Tangolum. One ring looping on the way? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Treasure map. That's was a bit unexpected. Didn't expect that over there. Could have maybe played my commander. No, there's no way I pass up the eating the veggies here. That's a weird one. I like it. I like it as much as I do. Alright, Torpor Orb. You know what to do. Do I have to deal with this? No, I don't care. Loses Defender, can't be blocked. Really interesting card there. It's quite the mana investment for Tangolum. It's interesting though. Oh wait, hold on, wait. Yeah, never mind. You can't copy the Surge engine. I'm not even the one playing it. I'm mixing it up with the other. Well, they actually Mesmeric Orb was dealt with here. Suppose I should be happy about that. I don't know. Kind of surprised. but sure. You got it. Alright, well, I found really good cards. Like, really, really, really good cards. That is good. I will animate a land. That was a phenomenal set of cards, actually. Wow. This is not on upkeep. What does it net you 2 mana when you do it instantly? Like that? Yeah, it does. Well, there's no River's Rebuke. They didn't swing at my face. Not sure I even like River's Rebuke here. If I were my opponent. Alright, we drew a really, really good card again. Do I play this, though? No, I'm actually going to play this and make another manland, and then this should be lethal next turn. There's a chance it was lethal right there, but Potato Brain... I didn't feel like... No, I don't think it was lethal with Greater Hoof. Almost, though. I'm sure it was almost lethal. Alright, I can safely attack with my commander, which means I can also just attack with the token, because they're not going to block the token. They blocked the token. Wow. I would not have blocked the token. I commend you. Let us cast Birds of Paradise instead of a land. Because I want to do that, yeah. Well, Mesmeric Orb would have been going crazy this game. Alright, so now we're just trying to dodge blue mana. And I'm not threatened by whatever else is going on here. Okay, that's odd. Just to kill Nissa? I feel like that's a fine trade. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we could do it for 10 exactly. And not get the bonus with that by spending 10. They just do it for 8. And then they're dead. Assuming there's no counterspell. They want to do something this turn. They definitely don't want me to hit them with the Voltborn. Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, I am in a position that I would like to respect most things, so let's swing like this. Cavern of Souls doesn't work right now. Does the fetch land, is it just better? I think it's fine to take this. I'm probably going to end up pitching the land anyways. Doesn't matter. Okay, so that definitely works out for us, I think. Worked out quite nice. Maybe. Who knows? And Scute Swarm or Nissa? I think I'm doing Nissa again because my opponent felt like they had to deal with it last turn, so. No counter magic. No counter magic. And pass. Alright. Well, they didn't even draw in response to anything, which I think they might have wanted to do that. And they just didn't do that. They also only have 2 blue mana. There's only 2 in play. Wait, what does this do? Yeah, it's only 2 blue mana. Strange. When does this happen? Combat? What is Portable Hole doing? Doesn't Portable Hole just get traded? Yeah, you get one to your hand. I'm gonna lose the bird if I don't block with it because of the portable hole in hand. So I just block like this. And then they just cast the portable hole and hopefully have no counter magic again. They didn't have it last time, so. And was swords already cast? Yeah, was. We can now just do this for 10, which is obviously quite lethal. I can bait out an answer with the Kenrith transformation as well. Man, look at this. Look at this layer of the Hydra. Look at it chilling. Really? Getting rid of the token? Just to make a 7/7? No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Alright, I drew a card that just sort of trumps any other idea I could have. And that's fine. So, fine with that. I'm going to take out the blue source, and then their other one is temporary, so I'm not going to deal with it. Yeah. Yeah, I was playing a little bit too cautious, but I think it's fine. It wasn't like I was passing into a losing position there, like not, you know, going for this earlier. And we drew pretty well, so... Cool. No one ring. No one ring. The layer was holding priority? Well, so was the treasure tokens with the map. The prior turn cycle. So... It is weird, though. People, like, play a card like that, holds 1,000 years of priority, and then it doesn't ever get activated, you know? It gets activated once every 55 games. It's kind of funny. Alright, it's the Mirror. I'm sure this person is far more experienced with 6 than I am, so I expected to care way more about the graveyard. And it looks like opponent would really like to play a 1-drop. So, we'll see. I probably cannot play Mesmeric Orb this matchup. I think my opponent's deck is probably going to go ahead and favor it way more than mine, if I had to guess. I could play Defense of the Heart and make their life real stressful. That's a fair statement. Alright, I could play defense so they can never play another creature until they blow it up, so we're still have to just do that. Fine with me. So, probably never going to play another creature until they blow that up, and that could be difficult. Could be very difficult for the opponent. And they instantly find a Naturalize. Of course they do. Why not? They didn't cast it. Whoa. Oh, well, they don't have to if they're not playing a creature. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. That is fair. Okay, never mind. They're going to play it anyways, because the Jet Medallion discounts it, so they can cast it and then blow it. Never mind. Opponent's all over the place. Or maybe I am all over the place. Okay, well, I drew that, which is very good. Very good indeed. I can play this, but then I can't do anything else, so... I guess I just blitz right into Craterhoof? I think this is fine. Opponent's super all-in on 6, so definitely the slower of the two of us, but I think I can do well to sort of avoid it winning the game. And they have to naturalize here, so that is like half their turn. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can play Craterhoof, but it's not lethal. It's almost lethal. But it is not lethal. They also need lands. It's not like you can just keep doing this. You do need lands in your hand that are not the ones you've played for the turn. I'm gonna let him mill here. I mean, without lands, the retrace isn't... The retrace isn't going crazy. I can recast this. I can recast it. I suppose... I really should set myself up for a lethal Craterhoof. So let's go here. Let's swing. And then Craterhoof is lethal next turn. It's probably a good idea to impact my opponent's mana. It's probably a very good idea to do that, so... I just want them to invest in dealing with that, and then they're just dead out of hand. Yep. None of this is worth blowing up with my fungus. And they have to spend a retraced entire land and 2 mana to blow up Defense of the Heart. Unless there's something else in hand or graveyard that's a problem, which I don't see. This probably actually just draws 2 cards. I don't know what you're killing. I think you only play this to draw. Really? Wow. Why would you ever do that? Why would they ever do that? Chat, I'm confused. I think I'm always drawing 2 there. Why is Delighted Halfling a problem? I do not know. I do not know. Alright, so there's 2 lands in hand with the retrace. I'm going to let them draw here off the Palantir, I think. Oh, they're committing both retraces now? I know they played a land for the turn, so only 1 retrace. And then what? What are we retracing here? Okay. Sure. Okay, this makes more sense. This makes more sense. I forgot this is a Power Stone. It does the thing with stuff. I cannot imagine I'm dead if I let him mill. Okay, especially if it's a random mill, so I'll just mill. And this is lethal. Yep. 16 plus... Wait. 16. 19. Yep. Get sixed. Look at that. We won the mirror, chat. We won the mirror. Well, it was barely a mirror. My opponent was the all-in on 6 thing, but you do run out of lands in your hand eventually, right? They ran out of lands. You can't retrace infinitely. You need the land in your hand. So it's kind of hard to do everything you want. I mean, it's basically impossible to do literally everything you want, but some of these cards are interesting. I didn't really think about the Tortoise. This one I like. Could think about this one, honestly. But putting the lands from the graveyard into play is not something I felt like I've really needed to do. And I can dodge Graveyard Hate and, you know, not ever getting lands in the graveyard for some reason. And then my graveyards into play strategy doesn't work if I, for some reason, can't succeed at that. I don't know when this got put in the... Oh, it just got put in the graveyard. Okay, it just got put in the graveyard. Yeah, we're playing very, very different kinds of 6 decks, but this is more of the I'm completely all in on 6, and it's going to retrace value, but it needs to live, you need lands in hand, you need to dodge Graveyard Hate strategies, and you also need to amount to milling something worthwhile that is actually retrace worthy, so it's kind of, you know, we're just... Interesting game. Interesting game. And They blitzed for a 1-mana ramp spell, which is probably the most important thing in the mirror, I would say. It's like there's nothing else that matters, really. Yeah, they got the cooler 6. I mean, they're more in on it, that's for sure. They're way more in on 6 actually mattering, right? My lack of respect for it is rather apparent. But who won? Who won? Satyr Wayfinder's weird. Maybe we could run at least Satyr Wayfinder. Bro, I just don't like it. I don't like it. The mill stuff is not good. The mill stuff isn't good. So it was Satyr. The turtle is alright, but again, it's like I took out the harvester for a reason. Defense of the Heart spam too, actually. It's not like my 6 did nothing. I did get this back. This was a recurring issue my opponent just had to deal with. And it was an extremely crucial distraction. So yeah, my 6 actually had pretty relevant text there. They really wanted to deal with this, right? Satyr Wayfinder and Rumble Rumble is something umble. Malevolent Rumble. Another maybe okay card here, and then Wayfinder is the other one. Boop. Wait, well, that's not it. Whoa. Wait, what is this? Like the top 4? Put a creature or land on top of your library? What? Ugh. Get out of here. What are you doing in there? What are you even doing in the game? Wow, I don't even own this. Can you believe that? I don't even own this card. That's crazy. I have never played Satyr Wayfinder. I've seen it plenty of times. I think maybe those are the 2 that I would make the argument could fit in here without me like complaining that I have those in my deck. Could probably drop Tooth and Nail, but no, we're still in that like universe. Dredger's Insight has been unimpressive. It's kind of the same as Satyr Wayfinder. Bristly Bill has been unimpressive. It's not one of the more exciting 2-drops. Yeah, let's not put Bill in there. Yeah, let's take them. I mean, we have Mesmeric, you know. The fungus hasn't done any. No, I'm not taking out the fungus. There's actually another fungus too. What's the 2-mana one that does stuff? This one costs 2 to activate and 1 to cast. The other one's like 2 to cast, 1 to activate. I think I like the 1-mana one more. Oh, Gargaroth, how I miss ye. I think you gotta come out, buddy. Yeah, it's just awkward when you mill a bunch of lands and then like put all of them into play with something like Lumbra, and then you don't have any lands for retrace. Especially if you want to play something like Azusa, which pulls all the lands out of your hand into play, so you can't do retrace. Yeah, retrace it's just such a plan B. It's such a plan B, and that's fine. That's totally fine. That is okay. That is just fine. Oh, it's the new Zergo? Yeah. We played against this before, right? Yeah. Did we? I think so. I'm not gonna blitz for a 1-drop. I probably could. I'm just not going to. It does make sense for them to look for Fatal Push, Lightning Bolt, Swords of Plowshare, Shock, Solitude, Fury. Alright, yeah. So they went from 7 to 7 and probably didn't think it was worth playing with 6 cards. Even if they found an answer to a non-existent Minute Orc. That's my headcanon, but who knows what really happened. Who knows? That's my headcanon. That's my retcon. Yep, it's good to have a plan B. And it's pretty interesting to have it tacked onto your commander. So that's pretty nice. Now this matchup's a little bit different, especially on the draw. Yeah, on the draw I don't think I can do nothing for 2 turns. Like ever. Ever. Well, this is something to do, so I guess I'll hope it works. I guess. But, no Cavern Souls, no Delighted Halfling. No any 1-drop. Not the greatest, but whatever, we have Rabbit Growth. But you can see the massive difference between this and this, I'm sure. I think I'll play the Overlord this turn instead of O'Hare. They're both kind of similar, but I'm just going to cast this one first. Because I don't really need this. I think this one's better to resolve, is my main thing. I'm sure they have didn't see it coming, so it's not like we expect it to resolve anyways. Yeah, I'd rather have O'Hare resolve if I could try. No way. No way. What? What the? I got my land chat. What just happened? This deck is like all 3-minute counterspells. That is insane. Alright, well, I mean, sure. So play this and then do nothing, so... You... Alright, can we stop having the witness protections, please? That'd be great. I can't believe I got my O'Hare land. Kinda nuts. Okay, it looks like I actually get to swing, too. I do not know if you can get hit by... Wow. Alright. Oh, hey, it's Pock. That's pretty cool. Good old Pock doing Pock stuff. Yeah, we actually will do this. Why, thank you. Alright. Can copy the Pock land here on my opponent's turn. Opponent's playing Nykthos. That's a bit unexpected. Jace is interesting as well. Sort of pays for itself. Milling me is odd, because I am a 6 deck. Opponent just has the best card in their deck. Of course they do. Why not? Let's get that. Let's crack the... We can actually crack both fetch lands here. I mean, excuse me, glue tokens. I don't think Ulamog is that exciting to cast next turn. All the things I can do. But, yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I'd prefer to play more stuff. So we have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're going to play this. And then we're going to play this. And then we're going to pass. Is my opponent dead here? What could they possibly do with 1 mana? Okay, now they have 2 mana. Things are a bit more open. Not sure. Alright, looks like my opponent's dead. Cool. Got there. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Never mind. My opponent has another perfect answer to what I'm doing. Never mind. Got too excited. Alright, mono blue. Just having the time of its life. Great. I think this game is probably over for us. Unless my opponent decks out on accident, which I suppose is possible. No, it's not possible, is it? It's also just like a terrible Annihilator count. Alright, well, mono blue. Just the best thing ever, I guess. Alright, well, it's the same deck again, basically. Fascinating. Wintermoon has not actually done anything yet. It's kind of funny. Do I spam copy Satyr? That seems stupid. That seems stupid. Do I cast Satyr this turn after Harrow? Do I cast my commander? I think I actually just do this, yeah. This is okay. Oh, come on, I whiffed. I whiffed. Bro, there's like... I mean, and then you wonder why I don't play the cards. And then you wonder why I don't play cards like this. Okay. Jeez. Like 45 land in my deck. Ugh, that's so bad. It's actually really bad. It's not lights out, but boy, does it feel like it's lights out. Well, I'm in no position to play around anything, and I don't think Lumra is better than this. So I'll cast that. And then play the spooky thing that probably has to get dealt with. Apparently it is not getting dealt with. Okay. Probably because it doesn't have to at this point. I probably just lose next turn. Oh boy. Or rather, there's a good chance I lose next turn. Yep. So it's basically lethal here if they don't win the game, I guess. Or rather, it's almost lethal. Does this remove the legendary clause? How does that work? So I can copy Lumra, but it like would just die immediately, basically. Okay, well, like I said, probably just lose the game, and they'll get another turn anyways. This doesn't have trample. Apparently there is nothing in my opponent's hand. That is unbelievable, but alright. Never mind. Silly me. How close is it to lethal? How close is it to lethal? No way. No way. If they have Spell Pierce, I'm probably just uninstalling Magic Arena. They don't have it. No. No way. I haven't used the kicker on Vastwood Surge, and I don't know how long. That's... Oh, I mean, it was a really good thing I cast the Bestow first, let me tell you, because they had a negate, and they could have negated it, so that was good. It's a bit strange to me, maybe, to deal with the Bestow here, because it does not win the game, and then you probably untap and win. But this is not the first time I've beaten this emblem. I have beaten it before. This was one of the fastest I've seen it flipped, though. I mean, it's usually lights out. You know, just sort of watch your opponent play the game and you don't get to do anything, but they just didn't do anything with the remaining 3 mana on their turn, so I'm not sure what would cost more than that, other than extra turn spells, that would be too crazy, right? Other than the next card off the top there that was in hand, but yeah, Vastwood Surge. Wow. Wow. I almost didn't see it. I almost didn't see it. I'll play a few more, I think. Let it be known that Satyr Wayfinder, the one time I played it, didn't hit a land. Oh, of course. Of course. Of course. And then you wonder why. And then you wonder why, chat. Alright, so I'm going to name Bird here, which is kind of sad, but if the bird dies, I guess we can just move on real quick. So that's pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Or it wouldn't, who knows. Alright, it didn't blow up, so we play this, and then we get out of this precarious situation of having no green lands. There we go. There we are. Psychic Frog. Whoa. Interesting. I guess I do have a blocker. They have to discard to the frog to do stuff? I think I just let it hit me though, right? Like why am I freaking out over this frog, honestly? I'll take that over the rampant growth here. So I have 4, 5, 6, 7. If I don't block, I can Voltborn. Okay, so now there's no real reason to block. It's only one card, right? You just draw one card off of this. Yeah, it's not like you're winning the game. And then we do this. Oh, I forgot about the Key to the Archive. I'm an idiot, chat. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I am sorry. I forgot Key to the Archive. Taps for mana. Silly me. Silly me. Alright. Felt free enough to do that, I suppose. And then, boop. Rumble. Okay. 4. I can do both of these. I can actually do this first and sack the token. Yeah. Look at that. Rumble actually doing stuff. Unlike Satyr Wayfinder. The Sly Dog. Alright, well, we did stuff. We did stuff. And it was a whole lot of stuff. And it was off the back of a Birds of Paradise that didn't kill. Tap land on 4. No Codas. Is it Codas or Codas? Coitus? Should we start calling him Coitus? Is that bannable? I feel like that's bannable. I think I will pitch 3 cards out of the opponent's hand to... No, they don't do it. They didn't do it. We have nothing, so I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. It is bannable, but you don't want to be unbanned. Fair enough. So, they know about the L... Oh, wait, no, it's backwards. This dies, and then I don't get that. Alright. Fair enough. I'm always swinging to 6. I mean, sacking it here is completely reasonable. Yeah, I mean, okay. You didn't do anything, so I take it... I don't know what I take it as. I don't think I'm playing the gorilla here. I'm not going to get hit by Mana Drain if I can help it. It's also not really doing anything. Oh. Okay. They didn't do that pre-combat for some reason. You know what? I think in hindsight, I really did want to do something with that Silverback. Yeah. Even in the face of a Mana Drain or something. I most assuredly did. Most assuredly did. So now they cast their commander, right? Surely? Oh, come on. With the extra turns. Come on. Ugh. I don't think I'm blocking again. That is not your commander. Okay, opponent just said, I'm not interested in my commander. Alright. Because we have Counterspell. Great. One, two, three. There's no way I'm recasting that. Alright, we're just playing out the Grazer then. And I think I am putting this land into play. Yeah, I have to now. Okay. And I can swing because I'm not blocking. So I can just swing. It's not like my opponent's at a high life total. Not really. What's with this card? Why is everyone playing this? This is really weird. Really weird card to me. Very strange. Very strange. At least I think it's strange. Alright, so there and there. Can't block it, right? Wait, yes I can. What am I talking about? Is this what I'm doing? Yes. This puts my opponent to 4 life. Which I guess they're just willing to go to. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I guess it makes sense because I'm staring down lethal. So cast a bird? Burge? Can I swing? I think I have to. There's just no not swinging, so. If they crack their fetch land, they go to 3. Okay. And we're at 19. And I have blockers. Mills a land. Still no enchantment has been played. I feel like the Psychic Frog would have had one thrown on it if they had one by now. Okay, well, of course. Don't I get the 3/3? Right? I get the 3/3? Okay. Curious. Just the 8/8 is swinging. So block like this and like this, and then it's just for 3. I don't have a good attack though, but that's okay. Just a mana rock. Oh, but the removal! Come on! They also hit a mana rock for it too. Come on! And then I draw land again. Wow. That is just so fascinating. Truly. Ahead of my time. Can't really play the land. And I can't really swing, right? No, there's no swinging here. And there's no playing the land, so. Alright. Alright. It's an untapped ramp spell, by the way. Otherwise it wouldn't do anything. That is 8, so... No, it's indestructible. It's indestructible. Just block like that. I was gonna do a bit of a whoopsie there, I think. Possibly. Well, that's a card. Just needs to actually do something. Opponent got Hornet Queen, though. Oh, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They don't have the mana for that one. They didn't do enough damage. One card in hand, so... I think this is probably my last turn anyways. That's a lot of toughness. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 30. I have to do 30 damage. I have to do 30 damage. 2 creatures. 6, 7, 8, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24, 25. I can do 25. I do not die on the crackback, but then I don't really do anything, so I think this is all I can do. I do not die on the crackback, I just have to do this. If it was lethal, it would be great. I need another creature in play, and this is that creature, so... I can also play this now, which is probably better than Elvish Mystic. It's not too different. I could have played 2 creatures here, but this draws off of these and gets me out of dying range, I'd say. Okay, so now it is definitely lethal next turn. Unless they top deck something really egregious. I will double block the Sawtusk. I will double block the Sawtusk. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just block it with 1 creature? They swung with it, so I guess I can just block like this now. Oh wait, no wait, we block like this. Yeah. Or like this, because it doesn't matter. Okay. They can only kill 1 anyways. Good sign, good sign. Dedge. Come on! Come on! You gotta be kidding me. I played the land first, too. So I can't Scute Swarm spam. Come on! Oh my god. Ah. Actual nightmare. Oh, what a nightmare. No. No. Oh, bro, I just... If I just didn't cast the Scute Swarm, I would have had this. Oh, stop drawing things! Come on, bro! How do you... The opponent's top decks are insane! That's just so disgusting. Oh, come on, man. What did they get? They got, Ramp Spell, Ramp Spell, Ramp Spell. I don't know where the Spring Heart was, I can't remember. I don't believe the Settle Wilds will do anything, but... Ugh. I'm at 21. Oh, alright, so the Spring Heart was part of the package. I mean, the only creature that matters is Kodos anyways. All this mana nonsense doesn't do anything. So I don't think I can kill my opponent now. Unless I have... I don't know. So that lets me block again, but I have to just do this. I just have to do this and survive another turn. And that's not even all that realistic. It's not realistic. Yeah, this is not realistic. I think at this point something completely profound would have to happen for me to win. Which involves my opponent not having God tier top decks, ideally. On top of all that, but again, I don't think that's realistic, so... I'm losing 6, so I can't cast Nissa out of the graveyard. So... Okay. Yeah. That wash away. It's just... too much. Way too much. Just absolutely insane. And then they stole my mana rock so they could cast this. Most of my ramp spells don't give you an extra mana the turn you cast it, so that was like... the best thing they could have ever gotten there. It's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, that's just my opponent top decked. So incredibly perfect. So incredibly perfect. I could have cast the O'Hare a turn earlier, like instead of the Scute Swarm, which would have done nothing. Let's see, it would have blocked there. It wouldn't have done anything. It would have become a land? No, that wouldn't have done anything. Okay. That would not have done anything. Oh, what an insane top deck series. Opponent's just pure gas. Absolute gas. They took the 10 bajillion mana card, which my commander can just reacquire. So that's a good thing for me. I'm always taking the explosive vegetation. Oh boy, I wonder what card they have in their hand. What bajillion removal spell. Which one is it? Which one is it, chat? Which one? Well, I would have liked that O'Hare. 4, 5, 7. No, I need 8. And a land in hand? Looks like my opponent has a 1. Oh, it's Graveyard Hate. Oh, I forgot we're playing against Ketchermos. I can't even. I don't have a graveyard, anyways. Silly me. Silly me. I'm a goober. Thinking I could play cards. My opponent also apparently has a 1-mana spell. Yep. Absolutely fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7, 8. Why didn't they exile the creature the first time? Is it me, or does that not make sense? I feel like that doesn't make sense. Okay. I proceed to bin no lands. There's 2 lands in the graveyard, so I guess I'm going to do this now to dodge nonsense. I'm doing this now. Yeah. There's no way I'm not doing that immediately. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. I don't think I'm killing Ketchermos. Oh, well, there goes that. There goes that, chat. Opponent just has the perfect card. Again. Okay, well. About half of our opponents have just had the best cards at the best time. Of course, I draw a joke card. This is worse than a land here. It's literally categorically worse than a land here, so whatever. 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 That was just worse than a land. A land would have had play. I could have done something if I drew a land there. So. Well, eventually we will dodge perfection. Eventually we will dodge perfection. It will happen, I promise. I promise. Speaking of promising, what is this? What makes it Easter themed? What do you mean? You not see the sleeve of the... You don't see all the eggs and stuff? Right down there? You don't see the gilded goose in my hand? Pooping out eggs? See? Right there. There you go. It's right here. My opponent. See? Right there. See? Easter. Right there. Right there on the opponent's sleeves. I put them there. Okay, I'm not sure what opponent's cooking up over there, but here, go ahead and play more lands. creature you control? Yep. Yep, paid actor. See? That's a really weird merfolk. That's a really weird one. I mean, there's no reason to copy anything, yeah. No reason. So we have always this, and then I guess Aftermath? I actually bend a land for once with Aftermath Analyst. Color me surprised. Color me surprised. No way. They can't seem to explore lands. Just seems impossible for the opponent to explore lands. This attack is kind of weird. Oh, maybe it isn't. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it's weird. Maybe it's not. Is it? 4 or 5? I feel like that's weird. That's definitely weird, right? I would call that weird. Let's play this pre-combat, because I said so. Okay, well. Should probably kill this and this. Can't say I care about this random 2/2, so. And then we play this again. Did I play my land already? I did? Okay. Wintermoon not really doing much, honestly. I do have the City's Blessing. Man, they're just not hitting lands with this Echo. Oh my goodness. I mean, I guess it's not drawing a card when it doesn't hit a land, but still. I would love to see that not grow. Ay, ay, ay. Though if they're mana screwed, I guess I'm happy they didn't hit a land. I guess. When this enters, you get a 3-time boon with... Oh, it's that card! I remember there was like a month-long window, maybe longer, where every single Merfolk deck just had this on turn 2. This was not turn 2. We've lucked out. Hornet Queen gives us a lot of time. Yeah, Wintermoon's not doing anything here. I think I still actually cast this, or is that just nonsensical? I don't know. I really want to get my O'Hare back, honestly. So, I guess I can do both. This does completely stonewall my opponent's... How come I can't flip this, chat? Why am I unable to flip my card? Can someone explain this to me? Why can I not flip my card there? How come I can't flip this? Because I don't have the mana, right? That would be why. That would be correct. I do not have the mana, and I cannot get the mana, so... Alright, I just wanted the mana. understand. I understand. We will not play that for no reason. Okay, that's a card. Oh, I'm just dead. Cool. Fascinating. Alright, well, apparently I can't help myself. I just lose to random poop. Because of course I do. And this grew infinitely the entire game. Because of course it did. It actually did just then again. They didn't hit a land again. Okay, whatever. 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 Well, this deck is trash. This deck is trash. It is trash. I still like it more than the other kind of 6 decks I've played against, though, so. Yeah, I think I'm done. I've had my fill of this. Okay, so I don't like it. 6 players will yell at me because this is not, like, 6-centric enough for most 6 players, I'm sure, with a myriad of mill cards and whatnot, but that just feels bad. If your opponent never has Graveyard Hate, if they ever deal with 6, which, let me tell you, is very, very easy, it doesn't really pay off to pay off to mill yourself as mono green. Black green, it's fine. If you are completely ignored, then 6 is amazing, but it has to be ignored. It also has to actually swing. It's not like it has an enters or attacks, mill 3, blah blah blah, whatnot, which I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have in enters or when you attack. That's a little crazy to me. I really think it should just enter with a trigger. It's kind of innocent if it did that, in my opinion. Very innocent, so. Just not impressed with this at all. I played a 6 mirror. I probably talked a lot in the mirror about what happened, so I don't really have to go over everything again here, but I think the retrace ability is a good plan B and not really a core game plan idea to take part in. When it works, it feels phenomenal, but so does Azusa or Loot or whatever. So it's not standing out to me as amazing, but you have to mill relevant cards that, like, you know, are worth retracing, I should say. Worthwhile retrace cards. You have to attack with this. A fair amount of my attacks, this just killed itself in the attack, mostly on purpose, because I just wanted a trigger, right? So I just swing to do it. So you have to attack with it, and then you have to have a land in your hand that you don't want to play, so you can retrace a card out of your graveyard that you do want to play, right? So I had, what, 43 lands? 43 did not feel like enough lands. Yeah, the 6 players are probably right. Just put all your eggs in one basket, and yeah, I mean, you just throw grenades in the basket, and then you throw the basket at your opponent, and then you hope it explodes, right? That's kind of the idea here. So yeah, there's a ton of setup that's required for this to be worth it. 43 lands did not feel like enough lands. That's what I was talking about at the end there. So I really thought this was good as a plan B, and I think it is a good plan B. Mono green doesn't really need a commander most of the time, right? Honestly, Tireless Provisioner is just better than 6 in, like, every way. So, so if, you know, you would just put that in the command zone if you could. Or, I mean, you know, POC, but that's different. The top end was fine here, right? The top end can be a bunch of different things. Yeah, 66 lands for 6 is probably a good idea. It's green, the sky is the limit, right? I could have Portal to Phyrexia, I could have, like, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't, you're mono green, you can do whatever you want on the top end. You have a bunch of different ideas you can do. This is just what I decided to do here. Yeah, some of it's fine, some of it's not. Lumra is an interesting one. So the whole thing about playing lands out of your graveyard and going into play while you are milling yourself, that's great. You're milling yourself, you're getting lands from the graveyard to get them into play. So you can do like Azusa, what is it? Crucible of Worlds. So you're pulling the lands out of the graveyard, boop, 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 boop. But then 6 is now not picking up a land, right? Well, okay, that's maybe a little bit different because it only picks up a land from its own attack trigger, so it actually doesn't really cross with the lands that are already in the graveyard. But it's just awkward to do that. It's just awkward to retrace when you sometimes actually want to play lands. So the best thing about doing that really is probably playing a deck with like nothing that costs more than 5. The 6 player we played against was all in on 6 and had a bunch of 5s and 6 mana cards in their deck, and they were like the whole graveyard's full, right? They're full of stuff to do. I'm not going to kill their 6. I had no way to kill it. And they can only retrace like twice, because then 6 dies on like the next attack because there's too much in the way at this point to survive an attack. So it hits maybe another land, and then their graveyard is full of stuff, just 20 scary things, but they don't have any lands in their hand. Or if they do, they need to play them because they only have 4 lands in play, or 5 lands in play or something. So it's really awkward. You could play Mana Rocks. Maybe it's one of those... Well, actually, we had a couple, but you could go more into them. So you're like pitching a land early to retrace a Mana Rock, which if you've already played your land, that's great. But if you have not played your land yet, you're not really going to retrace with your last land for a Mana Rock. That doesn't make any kind of sense, right? It is just awkward. It's just awkward. I actually crafted, believe it or not, I've never actually played Satyr Wayfinder in Magic Arena. I actually crafted it for this. And the first time I played it, it whiffed. Because of course it did, right? It whiffed. But stuff like this, and what's the other one? Malevolent Rumble. This is probably just a solid card in general. Although, I don't like it as much as Rampant Growth. I get the whole putting stuff in your graveyard. Well, you know, you got to keep in mind, Ketchermos exists. You might not play against Ketchermos that much at all, because hopefully you don't. Ketchermos is a league, you know, flying really high. We're just sort of swimming in the sewers, but I did see a Ketchermos player, and let me tell you, I didn't have a graveyard, so couldn't do anything. They just exile everything. And even if I had creatures in play, they can exile them, so I'm not going to ever retrace them. Ujin is a thing now, so your stuff getting exiled means you're not retracing it. So there's that, right? Ujin is a thing that just currently exists. I tried to sort of accommodate the Ujin matchup with some Eldrazi, but that never came to fruition. Wintermoon, I mean, it's situational, right? If the Ujin hype is gone, then this is not as phenomenal as I maybe thought it was. Well, just about 5 or 6 days ago, I said it was like, oh, just put it in every deck. It's probably safe to just slide it in most monocolor decks, but yeah, if it starts to really destroy Ujin players, let's say specifically Ujin players, they're just going to start playing wastes all day, right? And they're not going to play lands that don't do anything. They're going to play wastes, and then Wintermoon doesn't exist anymore. Again. So, but I guess we're not at that point yet. So Wintermoon can still just scam the the 55 lands that shouldn't be in your deck Ujin lists. And yep. Jeez. So yeah, it just doesn't work. In my opinion, it doesn't work. If you want a commander that's mono green that has a parallel, like a thing that it's doing alongside of your command or your deck, there's just better ones. Honestly, I like Vivian. I like Nissa. I mean, there's really a lot. Like if I just plop this out and just clicked here and went to green, like there's a fair amount of commanders. Like even Nissa. Gwenna's probably too different. I want to stick with, like, you know, what would change the least about the main deck that would just swap out a commander, let's say. Ren is fine. I don't really like Ren that much, but it doesn't require to die half the times it attacks to mill you and do stuff somewhat similar to 6. This doesn't have to pick up the land. It can pick up anything, like a permanent. So you don't really get to use its static ability, though. But its ultimate is scary. You can proliferate spam to it, or, you know, defend it because you're mono green and it doesn't just sit and play. You can play it turn 2 very often. I don't believe I've played this as a commander, but I would say I think because 6 was just so unsuccessful, that maybe this would just be better, and I wish I tried that instead. Yeah, so there's plenty of mono green stuff. Oh, right, and then we get into green black. So black green is like a self-milling kind of idea for the most part. So you could just do that. Like, I felt like I was playing half of a mill strategy or a self-mill strategy, because usually they are at least black or blue. We didn't have either, mostly just black, but, you know, blue self-mills sometimes, not really on its own, but if it's like with green or black, it's fine milling itself. But green-black is, you know, a core thing about that color scheme is self-milling, Golgari, you know, all that jazz. So you could have just, it just feels like I'm playing half of a strategy, really. But again, if you really want to go heavy into 6, there's like 30 to 25 or so different cards you could run. So 6 is better, but then we get back to the same issues that I was talking about 4 minutes ago. You need something to mill that's worth it and hit it, and then you need the land that you don't want to play to retrace it, and you need to swing with 6 to do this. So it needs to survive, like it needs to come back to you, and it has to survive your opponent's turn, and it has to swing and preferably not die, but a fair amount of the time, it's gonna die after like turn 4 or 5, right? You could probably play a turn 3 and expect it to live on an attack, but realistically, I don't really think so. Against most things, they're not really going to let you swing with 6 on turn 4, right? Assuming you didn't play this on turn 2 with a mana dork or something on 1. Swinging on turn 4 with 4 toughness, it's not impossible, right? I mean, honestly, the biggest issue is removal above anything. So even a board wipe, sweepers are going to set me back quite a bit, and a way to offset a board wipe would be to reanimate all the lands that you put in your graveyard, so Archaeologist and Lumra and stuff, so when you do get swept, you can actually play the game after. But that requires kind of a lot, really. Yeah, it really does. I would almost say 6 sort of has the way I had it here was like a plan C, and there was just no plan B, if that makes any sense. You had your core deck, ramping and stuff, and then, you know, question mark, and then 6. Like, it just didn't, it almost gets in the way to not play my land, right? And again, I think the biggest fix to that issue is playing 45 to 50 lands, like Pock would or something, and then you're just playing a worse Pock, you know. It's really, it's a little hard to get this to work. Mesmeric Orb is a profoundly good card with 6, but it doesn't do anything at all unless you have 6, right? You have to, and it doesn't do anything early. A lot of Mesmeric Orb decks love this early. You're not really getting away with any early shenanigans with Mesmeric Orb. You still need 6 in play, and you still need lands in hand and mana in play to cast the retrace cards. They're not free, right? So, oof, it's a big oof. And then, you know, if your opponent ever reanimates something out of your graveyard because you spent so much time doing that, you know, barring any sort of graveyard hate to begin with, like Ketramos, yeah, it's just too much has to go right, or your opponent basically has to sit there and watch you play the game, and not really interact with you, and that's not going to happen. If they're not interacting with you, it's probably because they're busy winning the game with something like, I don't know, proliferate spamming a Ralzarek emblem or something, the Tameo emblem or whatever plays solitaire that just blitzes beyond what you're doing. If you're both ignoring each other, it is most likely the case your opponent's strategy that is ignoring you is faster than whatever 6 is going to do. Because remember, even if you do all of this, you then must have a payoff that is actually good, and your opponent has to do something about it. Right? You got it all set up, everything's nice, you're in your pajamas, you're lying in your crib, you're rocking around, but then the binky's not on the bottle, boom, it popped off, the milk's everywhere, and then your night's ruined, because your opponent just killed you 3 turns before you retraced your Voltborn Tyrant and then said go. So, can't recommend it. Sorry, 6 players. I know it doesn't look like your usual deck list, but I do not like the all-in 6 list. It's just not... I'm not feeling it. So, let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. What if I played Phyrexian Scrapyard so you have a discard outlet that also puts a land into your hand? Yeah, you could. I mean, shoot. I could just take out a land and do that. Bloop. It doesn't solve the main issue ever, but it is a thing you can do. It's a thing you can do. Discard a card, put a scrapyard into your hand, and then you... I mean, all you did was... It doesn't really do anything, does it? Right? I don't think that even does anything. Like, let's say you want to... What is this? Hold on. So I have, like, Nissa in my hand. I have 5 mana. I discard this for 2 mana. I discard Nissa for 2 mana, right? I tap the Scrapyard and another land, so 2 mana's tapped. This goes in the graveyard. Nissa goes to the graveyard, you get a Scrapyard, and then all you did was make Nissa cost 2 more because you have to retrace it with the land you just put to your hand instead of just simply casting Nissa. So I don't think this... The only thing this does is give you lands in the graveyard, and sometimes you could flip this into the soul, but I mean that's not realistic. Yeah, you can bin your target. Ooh, whoa! I don't know if you heard that. My jaw just exploded. Jeez. Yeah, my jaw cracks really bad. Both sides. I get the right one to crack like really loud every other day or like once a week. It just pops so hard. But the left... Anyways. It does put lands in your... Wait, no it doesn't. I suppose it... No, it doesn't do that. Ah, yeah, no, it doesn't. It's not a serious suggestion. It's just technically a thing you can do. Yeah, it's a thing you can do. It is. It's almost like when somebody like has Sensei's Divining Top for the first time ever in play, and they just like tap it every turn to draw a card, thinking they're drawing 2 cards a turn. That's kind of what Sensei's Divining Top is. Like, that's sort of what the Phyrexian Scrapyard trap in my head is. It's like, oh, I got Divining Top. Let me tap it, draw a card. Aha! Drawing 2 cards. It's like, well, no. Like, you technically are drawing 2 cards a turn. They're, it's just, it's much better with Lumra as a command. That's what I was going to say, actually. This is good if you have cards in your deck like Lumra and Archaeologist? Archivist? Analyst. Why do I keep calling this an Archaeologist? Yeah, if you have like Analyst style effects, Crucible Worlds, Azusa stuff, then Phyrexian Scrapyard is fine. But here it's just like goofy. But I suppose... Okay, wait. If you discard a card you don't like... So let's say you discard a Birds of Paradise, because like it's too late to matter. You could turn your card in your hand into a land. And then use that land to cast a relevant card out of your graveyard. So it actually does turn it turns junk into potentially not junk, assuming you have stuff in your graveyard. So that's actually, there is something there. It's most assuredly better than a forest. So there's no reason to not run it, right? So yeah, I was just thinking about retracing the card you discarded, which doesn't make sense, but okay. I don't think have we played this as a commander? I don't think I have. I kind of want to now. Although I don't want to play mono green again. You know what I want to play? I want to play the big blue green. What was that person playing with all the divinations? The 14 mana divination spammer. Oh shoot, where is it? Where is it, chat? Where is it? Ah, yes. Yeah. I want to play this again. I really like this commander. I like this commander a lot. This commander's great. I'm pretty sure the video I made with this was... It had like 2 games in it where the most insane stuff happened too. I want to play this again. I'm going to put it on my list. I'm sure it's gotten new stuff since I've played it last. When did I play this? Shoot. Was it Strixhaven? I don't know. I kind of want to play Essica again for the Prismatic Bridge. I mean, I just like this card. But unfortunately, I think it's still in like bracket 5. And I don't really want to be up there. At least I don't want to stream and make YouTube stuff up there. I don't mind playing it like off stream, but I think this is still bracket 5, which is a bit surprising. I don't even know if this is good enough to play against the bracket 5 decks. Sithis and Rusko and Keenan and even Golos. Probably not the first sliver. Probably not the first sliver, but like, yeah, the other 3 are like, they don't care about this at all. They do not care about this card. So, did they ever fix... Did they ever fix my boy Geist to Saint Traft? Is Geist still in bracket 5 for literally no reason? Where are you, Geisty? Are you in bracket 5 still, buddy? You in bracket 5? I'd love to play this again, but man, is it in it's in bracket 5. It's just in bracket 5. I don't know. I don't get it. Why did they do that? Let's find out. Let's find out real quick. Real quick. Just like really, really quick. We're going to find out. We're going to make a deck with 60 lands. And we're going to queue a Geist game. Whoops. Bloop. And... Oh, it's not going to autofill? Oh, no. I don't want to click 40 cards. Whatever. I guess I'm doing it. Oh, wait. I don't have to. I can just click these really quickly. I want to see. I actually want to see. Because I want to play this one. I just couldn't play it last time. We just lost for like 3 hours straight. I mean, we sort of just did that now, but you know. I don't think we even got 7 wins with Geist. Well, I didn't find an opponent instantly. Oh no, I think it is bracket 5 still. I don't think it is. Hey, we drew one of the non-lands. That's funny. Alright. Okay, well, I mean, it's a sample size of 1, but it pit me against Pox, so I feel confident that it's still where it was. Why? Why is it there? Why? Wizards, what are you doing? What are you doing? If ever I was right about something, if ever I was right, Geist should not be bracket 5. I'm sorry. There's no world where you're winning a game outside of like mana drain, wash away, things that don't, Swords of Plowshares maybe, but like Geist is not winning a game. I think it's probably okay against weaker decks. I still don't think it's amazing against weaker decks, but it is not. It's not welcome in the bracket 5. All right, we're done. I'll see you guys next time. Yep. See you. GG's. GG's. Have a good Easter night.